Mad Dog Sports Radio.
Nice to have you with us on this afternoon program. 888 Mad Dog 6 is your two-way sports talk telephone number. Here's Matt in Syracuse, New York. He'll start off the segment. Matthew, good afternoon. How are you today? Matt.
I'm good, dog. I was at the game Saturday night, and, the only way to describe it was just a 4-hour party. I mean, it was like the Berlin Wall came down in Buffalo, and obviously the biggest play of the game goes without saying was the Micah Hyde interception, which, was not a great throw by Mac Jones. It did come back a little bit towards the middle of the field. It was right there, but it never gave any Bills fan to say, oh, here we go again. This is going to be a game. I mean, it was stress-free, and it was just a great night. People did not seem cold, I'll tell you that.
I was just going to ask, how cold did now, listen, you dressed warmly. You had a couple of cocktails. There's 100,000 people, 80,000 people in the building. And I'm sure the game, there wasn't a seat to be had. I'm assuming that. How cold was it at 0 degrees? Let me hear.
It was a sellout, but, dog, I had so many layers on, it could have stopped the bullet, and I was sweating on the walk up to the stadium. So I think everyone was pretty well prepared. If we're willing to go to the game, you didn't look around and see people shivering. I didn't get the sense. I know I wasn't cold at all, to be honest with you.
Did everybody stay for the conclusion? They did win easy. Did everybody stay for the last second or two, or people filing out of there middle of the fourth quarter?
Dog, Bills fans like to get back to the party and tailgate a little bit. So I would say 85% of people stayed, but you do get the fan who does want to get back to the traffic. But it was a pretty big time crowd watching the conclusion. So I'd say.
And how hard is it getting out of that stadium at midnight and out of those lots? Is it tough? And the parking?
Well, if you park, it's awful if you park where the stadium is. But if you go to park up the street at one of the insurance lots, you're out of there so easily. But parking at the stadium, if you park at some of the private lots where people are giving up their front yard for $20, it's pretty easy.
It is. All right, now, listen, do they expect to win the Kansas City game? I know Josh Allen is God. If they lose a heartbreaker to Kansas City, would it be a disaster? Have they finally dethroned the Patriots? What's the mood? It's only Monday. You got to give it until Friday. But what's the mood in town getting ready for this Chiefs game?
Yeah, definitely still a high off yesterday, but that's something to gauge here, and I'd have to tune in to some sports talk radio up there. But I could go either way on it. They gave you the home playoff game, the first real home playoff game in a long time in front of the crowd, so you're elated from that. But, you got the big quarterback. They look so good. You got to have the expectations raised where you feel like you got to get back to this championship game. And it would be at the end of the day, it would be, quote, very, very disappointing if they don't pull it off Sunday night.
Now, that's a hell of a game, Matt. Good call. Charlie in Long Island.